everyone, it's Magdalena, Wolf of Coins. Thank you so much for tuning in. First up, I wanted to thank my lovely viewers who have purchased my Tarot de Marseille course recently. And I must say I have dutifully spent it on Tarot de Marseille decks. So I've ordered not one, not two, but 3 new Tarot de Marseille decks from France, from Yves Renaud. So you can expect some new reviews on my channel. I'm very excited. But today I wanted to share with you, because some of you have asked me to present more regular readings that you can do for yourself or for someone else. So I wanted to share with you something that I find very helpful. I'm using 2 decks for this, but you actually can use just one. I am using right now the Tarot of Mystical Moments and Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels. And this is how it works. When you feel like a bit confused, you don't know what's going on, or you just want to do a kind of checkup on yourself, you can do this spread. And it goes like this. 3 cards in the top row will represent your head, what's going on in your head, your heart, and your body. Okay, so here we have these 3, and you can see what is going on. So for example, here we have the Emperor for the head. So in your head, you're very much into getting things in order, getting things under control, and everything should be neatly put in its boxes. Then we have, we have 10 of Cups in the heart. So you're apparently happily in love. You feel this, you have this feeling of companionship, of mutual affection, and generally your heart is pretty content. And lastly, your body. Oh, but your body is getting poisoned. There is something going on. We get the Devil, which is this mushroom spider lady here. So there is something going on in your body. And then what do? Then we create a second row of 3 cards. And you can use either the same deck or another deck of your choice that has more abundant shadow aspects described. And this is why I'm choosing the Tarot of Vampires. This is the guidebook called Phantasmagoria, because this deck has, it has generally a lot of descriptions here, but each card has like a lot of keywords for the shadow aspect. See, and it really works for me. But you can also use the same deck, however, there's, a little less a little less of these keywords. So it's up to you. And so first, what's in your head, and this will be the shadow part, the part that is you should look into it, which is a problem, which is underneath, that you don't see it clearly. And what do we have here? Oh, the Tower. So of course we can read from the guidebook. There is a lot about major arcana, but just for the sake of the example, I would say that even though you're trying to control everything, things are crumbling. So it's not that easy to have everything under control. And maybe you need to realize that some things you need to let them go. be on their own, and you cannot control everything. Then in your heart, oh, 5 of Knives. Let's see what the guidebook says. Where is the 5 of Knives? Because you're doing usually this spread when you feel there's something going on, like not everything is as good as it would seem, and you're like, yeah, you're confused. You want to check what's the reason for it. And 5 of Knives, okay, shadow. Lies, slander, dishonor, or lack of self-control, facing our fears and nightmares, a curse, a bereavement, a turn for the worse, arguments and upheaval, breakups, conflict, feelings of defeat, loss, or mourning, abuse, spite and malice, humiliation, buried memories, split personalities, and scavenging, fear of loss. So as I said, this guidebook has a lot of very dark shadow aspects, but this can be really useful. So of course you don't like apply everything to your reading. You read this and you see what is resonating with you, what you feel that is happening. So for example, this imaginary reader might feel that she's content and happy, but somewhere underneath, she feels that there is some untruthfulness in this relationship right now, that there might be some lies, or she's afraid of something, of commitment, for example, and this relationship that she's having right now is too much for her, something like that. Or maybe, yeah, there were breakups, for example. So she's happy now, but she's not used to that because her previous relationships were not very harmonious. So she's afraid of a breakup. And believe me, when you see this, when you read this, things do resonate with you and you know which part applies to you. Or you're coherent because yeah, usually when you read, you get this kind of like gut feeling. And if not, then your reader will tell you, oh yes, this is the part that applies to me. And lastly, the body, 10 of Grails. Oh, I think this is simply eating too much. I don't know, I just had this feeling right now. Because she's like, oh, yummy drink that I'm having. So maybe, I don't know, too much alcohol, for example, is poisoning the body. This is like red wine or, blood, because vampires. This is the red toadstool. Maybe it relates somehow. And this is what is making you not feeling too well. So this is how I do it. But you can also add another layer to this reading. So you have these 2 rows. And then again, you take this deck. Or a 3rd deck if you have a fancy for another deck. And the 3rd row will be how I can work to make things better. Right? Because we're asking what's wrong, and here's what's wrong. And then what can I do to make things better? And again, this will be the mind column, heart and body. Oh, sorry. So for the head, for the mind, we get 8 of Pentacles. It's this lady here. And she's very much not like a strict emperor. She's more like into nature, into creative things, into painting. So this might be your way out. Like you could let yourself go in some areas. For example, your hobbies. Okay, maybe you need to be strict and controlled in your work life, but to balance this, You need to have something like a safe place where you can just, let it go, as Elsa would say. So this is the mind. It will help your mind get a bit at ease. It will get you out of this constant analyzing process. When you work with your hands, it takes you to another zone, let's say. Okay, so now the heart. Oh, and we get this guy here. So what I'm seeing here is this strong guy who is behind the bars, and he's getting loose. So again, it depends on the situation. If you're reading for someone, you can ask them, or often they would just look at the picture and say, oh, I know what it means. This applies to this. Excuse me. So it can be that your intuition is right. Like, it seems that you're in a happy relationship, but actually, your partner is not sincere. And maybe your partner is, just now showing his true colors. He was behind these bars, but right now he's showing his not so nice face. Or maybe it's about you, that you want to be more sincere in your relationship, and you should, again, open up a bit and trust your partner. So now, again, it depends on the situation, and you will know what applies. These are just examples how it could be read. And lastly, the body. We get the Knight of Swords flying with this pen. Can you see? She has like a old style pen with a nib, exchangeable nib. And what could it mean? So if you're having problems with alcohol, then this card would suggest, she's flying somewhere high in the air. So I would say this is suggesting to you to find like another way of dealing, because often people eat too much or drink too much to suppress emotions. And the card suggests that it would be healthier to exchange this drinking for something else. Maybe when you feel the need for this, you need some meditating or something like that, getting into more chilled zone, right? All here is so blue. And yeah, if this pen means something to you, maybe you need to write your emotions down to let them out of yourself, and not just instinctively try to suppress your feelings. So this is how I do it. Please let me know what do you think. If you do a reading from this spread, please also let me know in the comments, or do a VR video. I would love to see it. And I hope this will be helpful to you. As always, you can also peek underneath the deck to see another hint what to do. And this way, this can add something to your reading, but you don't have to. So yeah, in case of this birdie here, again, there is a flying person. There is a lot of flying and wings. And actually this birdie here is eating It's a colibri, so it's eating from this flower. So again, it's maybe suggesting giving yourself some nourishment from art and something else that you're giving your body right now, something more, more nutritious, a better nourishment for your body and also your soul. So thank you so much for watching, and please let me know in the comments, and have a lovely day. Bye.